I'm going to go ahead and get started on our financial aid presentation. My name is Elizabeth Agler. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions at Mercy High School. I am also a very proud alum. I graduated in the class of 1990, and I do have a daughter who is a junior at Mercy currently. So Mercy High School recognizes that families have varying financial needs and make financial sacrifices, which include adjusting spending priorities and maximizing both parents' earnings. We strive to help those families who, even with personal sacrifices, are unable to meet the full tuition obligation. On average, Mercy High School awards approximately $1.4 million, which is about 35% of our student body. Decisions regarding financial aid are separate from admissions decisions. They are made by a committee after careful review of all information provided in the financial aid application. For this current year, the 2020 to 21 school year, our tuition is $24,155. And we do have a separate $800 registration fee. Now, the types of aid that we offer are first need-based and then merit awards. So for our need-based awards, we have funds that Mercy High School has raised for financial aid. There is also funds available through the San Francisco Archdiocese. And we have partnered with special programs such as Achieve, Bay Scholars, and the William C. Cody Scholar Foundation. We also offer merit awards for students that are high performing academically in their current classes and are ready to take honor courses. I will explain those in just a moment. So things to know about our financial aid awards are need-based. So financial aid awards are given for 1 year and must be renewed for each subsequent year. So families are asked to reapply through TADS, which I'll explain in a moment, each year that your daughter attends Mercy. Every family is eligible to apply for financial aid. Financial aid decisions are included with your enrollment decision letter that is mailed in March. How we use our financial aid application process. We use TADS, which is a third-party need evaluation company that collects the information that you provide and generates reports used by our financial aid committee. A complete financial aid application must include the TADS online application, which you will find the link on our website. You'll need to provide your necessary tax documentation on the 2020 year. There is a $27 processing fee, and all of these documentations must be submitted by February 8th of 2021. If you do not submit the required documentation, your application will not be processed. We will look at late applications. However, we cannot guarantee that funds will be available. So the process for the TADS financial aid application is 4 phases. The first phase is to fill out the online financial aid application form. This is a very detailed form. There are at least 23 parts. So you do want to make sure that you go all the way through this form and complete each step. Second phase is to upload the required documentation for your application. TADS recommends having your most recently filed federal taxes, W-2s, and pay stubs on hand. Phase 3 is that TADS will review your application and assess the need. And in phase 4, we will take the TADS assessment and we will look at each applicant and review the need that the funds that we have available, and we will disperse those. So as I mentioned, there are other forms of scholarships that are available. The Archdiocese of San Francisco offers one, and this program is administered and awards are made by the Office of Catholic Schools. The applicant must be in high school, grades 9 through 12. They must demonstrate a financial need, live in Marin, San Francisco, or San Mateo counties. They must complete a TADS financial aid application, and they must download the form and check the box number 25 on the bottom of the TADS application. That form needs to be brought to their pastor or clergy to be completed and then sent directly to Mercy High School. If you have already submitted a clergy recommendation form as part of your admission application through Mercy, you do not need to repeat this step. It will automatically go to us and then to the Archdiocese, but you do need to make sure that you check the bottom of number 25 on the TADS application. And it's really important to not miss this deadline. We have partnered with the Achieve Scholars Program. This is a year-round, 4-year high school scholarship and academic enrichment program for underserved students from low-income families. The application process for this Achieve is 1, students need to meet eligibility. 2, they need to apply to a partner school, and we are very fortunate that we are one of the Achieve partner schools. You will also need to apply to Achieve directly. You will also need to fill out your TADS application, and then there will be a selection process and a finalist interview for the Achieve program. And we have Sarah Jimenez, the program director, who will be able to answer any questions you have regarding this program after this presentation. We've also programmed with the Base Scholars. The Base Scholars enables low-income scholars to flourish at successful college preparatory Catholic high schools. Applications are available on the Base Scholars website and are due Friday, February 5th, 2021. You will also need to provide a copy of your federal tax return or current income documents. Financial information is required from all adults in the household by February 5th, 2021. Students will also need to provide a principal recommendation form completed by the student's 8th grade principal, due by Friday, February 5th, 2021. The contact for Base Scholars is Caitlin Curran Kavanaugh at basescholars.org. Other scholarship opportunities. You might want to look at your elementary schools. There are many 8th grade awards that are given. So schools have these opportunities for 8th graders who are applying to Catholic high schools. Check with your elementary school to see if there are any upcoming opportunities. And finally, we do have the William C. Cody Scholarship Foundation, which is a $3,000 to $5,000 award depending on the funds that are available. The William C. Cody Scholarship Foundation actively seeks applicants who are eligible to participate in the foundation's development program. All scholarship recipients must submit a scholarship application and be determined eligible by the foundation's acceptance boards. So eligibility is that a student must be currently in 8th or 9th grade. The family needs to submit and demonstrate financial need, and the student and family must complete and submit the foundation's application requirements. And more information can be found at www.codyscholarfoundation.org. And as I mentioned, that Mercy also offers a merit-based award, and that is called the Macaulay Honor Scholar Program. This is a $3,500 annual scholarship for 4 years, totaling $14,000 over your daughter's career at Mercy. This is an annual scholarship and will be renewed annually if your daughter meets certain requirements. This is awarded to top academic applicants based on GPA, available STAR testing, and an essay submission. Requirements include enrolling in at least 3 honors or AP classes each year and maintaining a certain GPA. So if you have any questions about the application, you can contact TADS directly, or you can also contact Mercy High School. Our financial aid director is Lynn Beal, and she can be reached at lbeal@mercyhsb.com or at 650-762-1101. And you can contact her at any time to ensure that your application is complete, especially since there are so many parts to the TADS application. It's important to make sure that it is complete prior to the February 8th, 2021 deadline. You can also visit our financial aid page under admissions at mercyhsb.com.
Hi, Ms. Jimenez.
Hello, hi, thank you so much for having me here today. I'm Sarah Jimenez. I'm the program coordinator at Mercy Burlingame with the Achieve program. We are really delighted to have such a wonderful partnership with Mercy Burlingame. So I'd be happy to speak with you more about the program.
And if I see any questions in the Q&A for Ms. Jimenez, I'll be happy to read them out to her.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a question. How do you know and determine what aid programs to apply for?
I would apply for all of them. I absolutely would, because Achieve has a selection process, Base Scholar has a selection process, as well as the William C. Cody Foundation. So there is a chance that that you may apply, you may be eligible for one, but not for another. So please apply to all of these. The good news is that through the TADS application, that can be submitted for each one. And I believe it is worth the time to apply to these other programs.
Thank you. And Ms. Jimenez, just while we have you here, this is just such an incredible program and partnership that we have with Achieve. Maybe you can detail just a little bit about what some of the requirements for the Achieve program are, so people can hear it directly from you.
Absolutely. So some of the requirements of our program, students do need to maintain a 3.0 GPA or higher in order to be eligible. They must also be a first-generation college student, and that is to say that they must be the first in their family to go to college in the US. And lastly, the student must demonstrate a financial need, meaning that the family must be considered low income and in need of financial support to be able to attend Mercy Burlingame. And I can gladly follow up with any parents in a follow-up conversation about whether or not they would be eligible.
Great. Wonderful. And I think I have some other questions here, but they don't look specific to Achieve. So we will continue to go ahead and write our answers to those. If there are any other questions for Ms. Jimenez while she's here, please feel free to write them in the Q&A. We do have a question. How much is considered low income?
So typically for a family of 4, the family would $80,000 in San Francisco or the peninsula would be considered low income. We do that as a ballpark number, but we do consider many variables such as how many people are living in the household, and if they do have siblings who go to, who are attending private school also.
Wonderful. Mm-hmm. We have another question here about can just one parent apply?
One parent apply?
Can one parent apply and not have the other parent, I think, considered as part of the application for Achieve?
One parent can be the person who fills out the application. We will ask for both, for background information about both parents, especially, you know, it may also come up during the interview. So, and that is just to get a sense of the financial background of the family.
Thank you so much.
And
There's
Ms. Meadows, because this is such an incredible scholarship, could you go into just a little bit more detail? Because in saying that it's a 4-year scholarship, it just seems to gloss over how wonderful this scholarship really is.
Absolutely. So Achieve is a 4-year-round scholarship assistance program. We do accept students going into their freshman year and work closely with them until they graduate. But in addition to supporting the cost of tuition, there are many other benefits to being in the program. And the first and most important thing to note is that Achieve is a college access and leadership program. So while having a certain GPA and maintaining those grades are very important, we're also looking for students who are committed to going to college and who are leaders, who take chances, who want to change the world and make an impact in their communities. And real quickly, some of the benefits that our program does offer are community service, internships, college counseling, mentorship, academic support, and cultural events. And these are in addition to providing students with a supplemental account to help offset the cost of uniform, textbooks, and ACT, SAT prep.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
I have
absolutely.
two questions here that I think kind of play into each other. So we have one parent who's asked, can it be just one parent who did not graduate from college? And another who said they did a 1-year diploma course over 25 years ago, and does that disqualify their child from applying?
At the end of the day, I would still always strongly encourage to apply. While we're most looking for students who are first-gen college students, we have made exceptions in the past. Parents, if they have received a college degree outside of the U.S., the student would still be first-gen. We would still consider them first-gen. Also, at times, some parents do have degrees but work in very work in the educational sector or doing certain type of social work that may still financially make them eligible for the program. And so we would take that into consideration. If a parent, you said the question was if a parent has received a, what was that?
They mentioned receiving a 1-year degree over 25 years ago and wondered if that disqualifies their child.
A 1-year degree like an AA?
Mm-hmm.
We would still take that into consideration and consider the student first gen, so.
And is the vocational college considered graduating from college?
No, that would still be, we would still consider them first gen.
Wonderful.
And again, if they're, the best thing to do is just to apply because, as I said, we do look at the student as a whole. We look at all the various backgrounds and how they could to determine their eligibility. So if there are any questions, I can also do a follow-up one-on-one with any of the parents and or apply, and we can and see if you could be eligible. So
wonderful. Well, I think it definitely goes to show that our hope is that you see that there are a number of different opportunities to reach out for different types of aid and support, and it is always worth it to apply, and we're happy to support you in that. So please don't hesitate to reach out to our admissions department with any follow-up questions around financial aid. That is what we're here for. We're happy to answer those questions. Thank you so much, Ms. Jimenez, for being here with us today, and thank you so much for the presentation, Ms. Agler.